everybody, and welcome in. My name is Yolanda Roos, and you have found my channel of Facilitated Light Well-Being. Have a cup of tea, join us. The messages are meant to find you when they're supposed to. It's a channel of well-being, finding your true, most authentic self, healing and doing the shadow work that's needed to bring you to where you need to be. Our frequency has to be at the right alignment to bring us to where we need to be and to bring in what we need for the next steps of our life. This is a collective read channel. We do certain ones, and not everything is going to resonate with you because the collective is very broad. It's everybody that lives here on this plane that's living and experiencing a life. So today I asked the universe, spirit guides, angels, most high, what message do we need for today? So we've got 3 cards that I've pulled out and one for advice. Bottom of the deck has already started with 6 of Swords. So we are moving away from things that we have learned, or that is the goal. So 6 of Swords represents finishing or learning what you needed to learn from a trial. And I really think the world itself is going through trial and error for this new time frame. We are in the age of Aquarius. We have moved into new planetary alignments. The energy is just different than what it's been for probably about 150 years. So with that adjustment, know that there's going to be like kinks and changes and trying things, trial and error. There's lessons that we've learned because most of us that are watching this have maybe 50, 60 years. We've been here in the old energy. So our life has been under the old paradigm, which was heavy and money and very fixed. And the new energy that has ushered in is about freedom. It's about technology and expansion and growth, but it's also under winter. Winter represents death, but not in the death like, okay, it's done, now you're all dying and never coming back. It's rebirth. So that old cycle of, there's 4 different cycles. It's about a 600-year cycle. If you're not aware, you can look it up. I'm not sure where, but I've been doing a lot of research, but there's a 150-year cycle for each thing. And this age of Aquarius was the next one, which was Earth old energy into new air energy for about 150 years, and it cycles through to bring advancement, to bring growth. It's just like the life that you live. So know that you're going to feel the growing pains, the changes, the tiredness. You have solar flares coming in to like reactivate and arrange, like they talk about DNA like upgrades and things of that nature, which is very possible. I mean, we have nanites and different things that could be in our this isn't like conspiracy, but I believe there's things that are in our vaccines, our different foods. There's things that are changing us because back in the day they didn't have it. So our systems are responding to different chemicals, different food substances, bioengineered products. So it's going to affect us, you know, as a whole. The solar flares coming in is like being in the sun for 3 hours and you just are existing, like you're not even in the sun. That's the strength that those solar flares are bringing in. We are actually probably finishing up or feeling it. That's why the Schumann resonance, which is scientifically measured what the earth frequency blows off, there was like gobs of white light, which is brand new energy that is entering into the earth's field. So it's not pushing out to make you release things you don't need. It's actually pushing out new energy because it's absorbing it and it's sending it out. So it will make you tired. So don't, like, this is why I do this video. It's awareness, and it's bringing something to inspire you that even if you're feeling it's okay, because most of the time there's something that's making you feel that way, whether it's shadow work, whether it's environmental things, planetary alignments, Mercury retrograde's shadow. It is done, but the shadow goes until about August 6th. So you might still have some little mishaps, some things with your cars, communication things. So be careful signing documents. Be careful when you text. Communication. Don't get upset. If someone doesn't text you right back, like this is the best time for people to be upset with you for no reason, because you could like be busy or something, or you look at a message, someone totally distracts you and you don't realize it. Then you go back and they're like, oh, I thought you were mad at me. You didn't text me right back. And you're like, oh, sorry, I was busy or I got distracted. So if you're waiting on jobs, or if you're waiting on responses, if you're gonna sign paperwork, I would just not be in too much of a hurry. If you're watching this now while it's happening, we are about the 28th today that I'm doing it for July. So as we go into August, all those things that were being dealt with during Mercury retrograde, because it was during the Cancer moon. Cancer deals with emotions. So this cycle was about probably helping you to process how you feel. You might have felt a little quiet or a little low, or just feeling like you're not depressed, but it was like a melancholy type of feel, like just kind of like, oh, I don't know where I'm at. I don't know. Can I just take a nap? You know, that would be really nice, and sip on my tea. So just try to get through this. As always, if you watch the channel, hydrate, trying to eat the best that you can, making sure you're getting your sleep. Sleep seems to be something that was affected during this cycle in the last, I would say, month or so. So be careful that you're not over extending yourself, or over what's the word, like stimulating your nervous system. See if you can try to stay calm, and if you can and you feel tired, rest. You don't have to actually sleep. Sometimes, you know, reading a book, drawing, listening to music, just sit, have a cup of tea. It's summer where I'm at, so if you're in the winter one, you know, maybe get a hot cocoa and, you know, look at the snow if that's what happens in some of the places there. Usually the lower part when they're in winter is not the same as our winter, because they're closest to the sun while they're experiencing that winter. When they're pushed away, they're still closer, so they don't usually get the same like winters as we do in the northern hemisphere, because when we're facing away, we're also the furthest from the sun, so it causes our areas to be more green and more winter in the upper parts of our hemispheres. So just a little science note. Let's get into it. Okay, so like we said, this Six of Swords, leaving trials and tribulations, or now this deck I've basically started reading in the upright. So I read energy. I don't fortune tell. I just tell you the energy that's present or that could be affecting you. And remember, with the collective, it is you doing it or someone doing it to you. So because there's yin and yang, there's masculine, feminine, there's, you know, there's male and female, whatever. There's something that you are learning or you're not learning. Either you're looking back or you're trying to process something. I feel like it's just the cards are going to show, because I don't even know what they are. I left them face down. But it's something that we're learning and we're moving toward calmer waters, or we should be. That's why I keep getting pulled to, there's a part of us that have learned it and we want calmer waters. We're moving toward calmer waters. We've learned the lesson, but there's still some that are out there that are struggling, because I think they still want to hold on the old energy. What we talked about, we're so used to a certain way of doing things that we have to be open to new things. We have to be open to the acceptance that the video I did yesterday or the day before is that there are things that as they change require us to remove things that don't fit into that anymore. And it's okay. We need to remove people, things, thoughts, ways of thinking, just how we live. Sometimes we have to readjust. There's a lot of times we're getting old. I know I'm 53, okay? And I'm not ashamed to tell you how old. I don't care. I'm 53. I've lived 53 years of life on this earth. And I would say I've probably gone through 3 changes that I can personally see. And each change was needed. So I'm at a new place where my life has had to change, and I see it progressing. I have learned certain lessons, but I'm going into a new cycle. So as I'm progressing, there are things that I'm seeing in my life. I'm like, oh, and I say this with this face. Oh, I don't want to stop doing that, or I don't want to be leaving that behind, or I like that, or that comforted me. You get what I'm saying? Like, but then I'm in my brain going, no, you know that's not good for you, or you know you're too old for that, or you know that your body is changing and you can't do that, or okay, now I guess I need to realize I need to take this or this, or I need to add a new supplement because maybe I'm not making that as an older person. So You get what I'm saying? Or you have matured, your brain is maturing, you have gone through trials and tribulations, and now you have learned, oh, that's why I was there. But there's going to still be that tendency to want to go back and look back or say, oh, do I really? Because there might be those things that you have nostalgia. Someone starts talking about things and you're like, oh, I wish I could go back. Like when you want to be 30 and 20 again, I didn't. I was ready to be. I want to be an old lady. I want to play bingo and read books and create art. I'm not normal like regular people. I want to be an old lady. I have worked, but there's a lot of people that want to go back to their 20s. They turned 30 and they just didn't ever want to leave it. And what's happening is there's a change in everybody's life now that we have to leave those certain things behind. A new cycle is starting, but for your benefit. So don't be sad. Nostalgia is beautiful, but don't allow it to pull you back or make you turn around, because when you're turned, you're going to smack into something else and it's going to hurt you. Okay, so just know that whatever has happened in the past has happened. Not a mistake, not a problem. It is what it is. You learned, you became who you are, you had certain things that you had to go through, but it's time to push it away. It's time to move towards something different, something better, something less stressing. Maybe you've learned how to control your nervous system. Maybe you've learned how to budget. You've learned that you have to change because something has changed within your life, your body, your dynamic, whatever. You got divorced, you had kids, your kids grew up, whatever. You have to readjust, because then it's got Ace of Pentacles underneath it and then Two of Pentacles. So you have learned the lessons in your life. For, I would say, a lot of us, we're seeing a lot of things. Things have transitioned. We're seeing things, we're learning things, we're recalibrating. Our bodies and our minds are readjusting to the new energy that's coming in, because we're about 6 years in, 5 or 6 years in. So I think that's why you started seeing a lot of change, and that old energy and the new energy was both happening at the same time. But now we're moving towards something better, and there's new opportunities. So there's new things for your security, because Ace of Pentacles deals with, Pentacles is your material, physical things that you can see and have, but they are, they're what makes you secure. It's not necessarily finances specifically. It's how you do things, how you are in the world, how you're feeling, give and take and all that. And then Two of Pentacles, you may have a lot of things coming in, because as we're changing and this Mercury retrograde has now finished, it could be that there's going to be new things and new routines and things that are going to be affecting you. And there's going to be probably balancing a lot of things. We're going into fall, we're moving toward winter, we're in a transition of going into that in-between season, because I always feel like spring and fall are like those transition seasons. They're like the midpoint. We're moving toward another midpoint, which is when the veils get very thin too. So it's very significant. Like we open the veil and then we make it thin, or thicken it up, and then it's opened back up again, and then it kind of gets closed. So everything is a cycle of up and down, and it's a circle. It's not a square. It's not an end point. It's not one point to this point. It's a circle. You keep going through things, learning things, and hopefully every time you come around that circle, you've learned something, you've left behind something, and now it's a new thing that you need to learn. You're continually learning. So, Ten of Cups, these lessons we're learning are dealing about our family dynamics, how we feel, our mental stability, our mental things. We may have gotten to the point where we're not putting up with certain things, or we are changing the way we see things so that we can find happiness, peace, a normal, calm nervous system. So the lessons we're learning, first one is Ten of Cups, how we present and how we deal with our emotions in this world. And I think that this is on the forefront because we just left, like I said, Cancer season. And Cancer is about emotions. It's about your feelings. And Mercury retrograde causes all those things that are deep down that you suppress, that you didn't want to remember, people hurt you, how it's affecting you, how it's running through your brain, memories, triggers, traumas. And I think we may have gotten to the point that we're like, this is what I'm feeling. I'm not dealing with this anymore. I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to be loved. I'm going to put people that love me, support me, and grow me. I'm not going to have this toxic stuff anymore because I see that it's not helping me. I can love you, But if you're going to be toxic, I need to put you over there, and I will love you from a distance, or I will love you so that you don't hurt or affect my field. Because when our field is affected, we blow that out onto people. So if we are absorbing everybody's garbage, or we are taking it all in, or we are allowing everything to hurt us, which, listen, we have feelings. It is so perfectly okay to feel it. But when we allow it to hurt us and stay and fester, it damages you. It affects your nervous system. It affects your systems. It affects your health, your mental stability. So sometimes we really, and it's not fun to deal with it, or it's not fun to remove people or believe my sister, my mother, my friend, my husband, my boyfriend hurt me. And I can't, or they're using you, or they're abusing you. And not that this is for everybody, but like, it's coming to an understanding that you love yourself enough that you're going to protect yourself. You're going to not put yourself in those environments. You're not going to be codependent. You're going to be whole on your own so you can be satisfied. You can then help other people, because when we are damaged and when we are hurt, we project that out on people and we don't even realize we're doing it. So that's number one. The thing we're learning is our emotions, our feelings, how we can function and be happy and content. Because see, this person, they're together. They're happy. That's what you're learning. Maybe you're finding a way to find your happiness in your emotional dynamic. Okay. Next one is King of Cups. Yeah, this is an emotion thing. This is living a life and making choices without using your emotions to trigger or be hurting people. This is in a stable, loving, compassionate, empathetic type of understanding. This is not allowing your emotions to get into the way of your decisions. And it's not that you're too logical, because this cup is about being able to understand when people are going through things. So you're not as rash, or you're not as, and this in the reverse, King of Cups is like malice and just mean and not understanding, very bitter, because what's happened is emotions or things that have happened to the person that is having this, it's not been dealt with, and it's becoming like a wound that is festering, and it's just consuming the person. When you become malice and you become that angry, and if you are dealing with this, it's real. You have got to deal with what has hurt you. You have to process it, and then you have to release it, and you have to remove yourself from that if it's still in your life, because that can be one, like, just poking the wound and keep doing it. If you want happiness, you are not the only person that's dealing with something. We all have something we're dealing with. And it's not to discount it, but it's to make you realize that you can live a life that isn't filled with anger. And you could have gotten so used to the anger, it's your pet. Like, it's my pretty, like that little Gollum little dude. He's like, oh, my pretty. Because you almost become addicted to being angry, being upset. And when you take that away, you don't know how to live without it. And it's an adjustment. And I think that you may be getting to that point that you don't want to make your decisions based on hurt, or you have found a way to do your shadow work. You have found a way, and you might have done your shadow work and not even realize it was called shadow work. So shadow work, for those that don't know, it's anything that has happened to you, you have experienced, or you have gone through that has damaged, hurt you, it has caused like a glitch within your body, and it's like a stumbling stone. And if it's a damaging or a trauma, a lot of times we shove it, or we push it down, or our mind protects it. If you've been raped, abused, hurt, car accidents, you've lost the love of your life and you don't know why, or someone has done something, or you get beat, or you have lost everything in your life, and you don't know how to process it, so your brain just blocks it out. That's where we have nervous breakdowns or certain things, because your mind is like, no, they can't handle this. Your mind knows you, and they're like, nope, we need to block that off. But what happens is, when you're thinking and doing things, everything neurologically still goes through that, even though you don't remember, even though you don't know why you're responding the way you're responding, because that damage is there. That's why getting psychological help, talking to somebody, actually acknowledging what happened to you. And it could be you did something or something was happening to you. If you have caused it, you could still get the same residual energy from it. So you have to see, have I done something to hurt somebody? Do I need to say sorry? Do I need to forgive something because it's done and all it's doing is hurting me? You don't have to let the person back in your life. It's that you're releasing the power that it has over you. So we're dealing with our emotions. We're dealing with how we live and function within this world based on our emotions and our life, that it's not ruling us, that we're learning how to become in a more regulated nervous system, not unregulated, a regulated nervous system, that we are okay, we're processing, we're living healthy, we're functioning, we're having compassion, but we're also having logic. We're not beating up people because we have our ego, or we're angry at this type of a person or this type of a scenario, or if something has happened to us, so now we have a bias or a prejudice towards something. And then we have Six of Wands, and this is being seen in victory. So you have conquered something. This is being seen, this is being understood. So there may be something that you had to go through with your family, with your life, with your emotions, and you have come out on the other side and you are succeeding, or you haven't gotten what you want, and that is what you're still working toward. Okay, so remember, this is either way. This is the victory card, but it's more about being seen, being in the light, being recognized for something you've done. So maybe people are going to recognize, or you have realized maybe you've conquered addiction, you've conquered, yeah, see, it's still here, Mercury. You've conquered an abusive relationship. You have taken from being a quiet, reserved person because of something that has happened, or how you've been molded as a young person, and you have conquered it. Or you have conquered a learning disability and you've figured out how to function in life with it, and you've gone to college and now you've conquered it, and you're going into the next stepping stones. And that's great, because this is something, learning from your trials, or you came from a certain family or a certain environment and you have pulled yourself out of it. You figured out how to not stay on that path of destruction. This is great, guys. I love it for you guys, because this is a year of progressing slowly, learning. The universe isn't pushing anybody quickly. This is wonderful. I love it. Slow moving energy toward the end point, because whatever you're focusing on, whenever you're manifesting this year, when it comes in, it's about 10 to 15, 20 years. It's a good chunk of your time. So whatever you want to do, you need to start doing it. And it's not pushing you to be quickly. You might have a lot coming at you, but the movement of progression, learning, and growing is slow and steady. So that next year is when you're going to see it being implemented, see your life changing, opening doors of new things, opportunities. You're going to see changes in government, changes in how we do things. The planets are moving next year. So it's all culminating and stirring the pot so you can figure out where you're going to be, what you want. And it's not that it's easy or hard. It's that you have to choose to do it. The angels, the guides, everybody is kind of stepping back going, okay, humanity, it's your turn to start doing. You need to be responsible for you. You need to deal with the things that you did. You need to deal with the things that were done to you. You need to release the things that no longer serve you, because we're moving into a new paradigm, but we can't do it for you. That's the difference. Before, they were always there to try to help you. And now they're like, no, the powers that be are like, no, humanity has to choose. Are they going up, or are they going to stay down? You choose to be happy, to be miserable, to decide to go up on your frequency, or to stay down there or get even worse because you get angry and bitter. It is your choice now. Our timelines are splitting. And if you're not going to progress up there, I'm not saying you're dying, but you're not going to go. You're going to stay, or it could get even worse. So choose the good stuff. Choose to be better. Your advice is the Empress. Creation, growth, and newness. Your advice is that there's going to be new things coming in, and you need to grow this big, beautiful life that you want. And it doesn't have to be anything that anybody else has. It's what you want, what you're dreaming of, what makes you light up. We are so different. Stop comparing your life to other people. If you just want a peaceful life where you make enough money and you can play in your garden and you can go to the store and buy the foods that you want, or you just want to live the fashion life and you want to be in the cities and you've always just been stuck in the country, or you've had a family that said, oh, why you do that? That's not cool. I mean, take the opportunity to live authentically. There's city people, there's country people, there's urban people, there's very like free and wild people, there's very grounded and secure and like they just like it so, and that's okay. But what you need to create is your world, your happy place, your place that you want to be. Move to a new location, get a new job, start new routines, start living life for you, not what other people want you to live. And I think that's what the thing is for humanity is, it's time to make your happiness, your world, your paradigm, because we are not being controlled like we used to be. And that is what is upsetting to the powers that be, because they are losing control. I don't know who they are. I just know that the group that has been able to control us, because we go through a cycle, there'll be a new person that's going to control it. It's just life. But at this moment, this pinnacle point, we are given an opportunity to reassess things, to live what we really want, to be who we want to be, to create the world how we want it. But the reason that there's chaos and there's fighting and there's change is because the people that are controlling it are like, no, we don't want to lose control. And the people are over here like, we're going to do what we want to. And all the spiritual people are like, we finally got there. It's going to happen. So be happy. Be joyful. You're here. You're living. You came here to do something. You came here to grow. You came here to learn. You came here to help people. Whatever your purpose is, it doesn't have to be like Jane or Joe. Your purpose is unique to you. And when you do what you love, when you do what brings you light and energy and the excitement that I am giving you right now, I love to read tarot and help people. I love to inspire people to be happy and joyful. That's my mission. I'm here to heal you, to grow you, to give you the pat on the back, to see the good, not just the bad, to inspire you to be something that makes you happy and joyful, grounded, and okay to live this life. It's not going to be easy. You have to find your joy. You have to choose to be happy. Nobody can be happy for you. Guys, I hope this will help you and you will start creating that beautiful life that you want. Enjoy your day, and we'll see you soon.